Coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, I'm Ethan Moore, and I'll tell you about a WVU coach who's recruiting players all over the world.
Next on Mountaineer Playbook, see how the WVU women's rugby team kicked off the 2024 season after hiring a new coach. I'm Brian Volman, and I'll have that story next.
I'll tell you about the new WVU men's basketball coach and his journey from Des Moines, Iowa to almost heaven in Morgantown, West Virginia. I'm Patrick Renault, and Mountaineer Playbook starts now.
A new WVU men's basketball coach is officially taking the court. I'm Rachel Liebert.
And I'm Jonathan Hamilton. International recruitment is the strategy on the pitch. We meet the WVU coach who's searching the globe to fill his roster.
These stories and more coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, a sports magazine show produced by sports and adventure media students right here at West Virginia University.
There have been 22 head coaches in WVU men's basketball history. These coaches have led WVU to 31 NCAA tournament appearances, coached 19 All-Americans, and 41 NBA draft picks. After the men's season concluded in March with a 9-23 record, interim head coach Josh Eilert's contract was not renewed, and the search was on to find number 23. Patrick Renault joins us in the studio to tell us more. Patrick.
Thanks, Rachel. Jonathan. After former head coach Bob Huggins resigned in 2023, Athletic Director Ren Baker said WVU would conduct a national coaching search at the end of the 2023-2024 season. That search has come to an end, and now WVU basketball fans have a new name to rally behind.
On March 12th, the West Virginia men's basketball season concluded, and on March 13th, it was announced that the program would be doing a national search to find the next head coach of the Mountaineers.
We wanted someone who understands and will embrace West Virginia values and what WVU is all about.
On March 24th, Drake University Bulldogs head coach Darian DeVries signed a 5-year deal to be the new head coach at WVU.
We hired a winner, but while he's won big, he's done so with integrity. The most amazing stat on Darren is that in 23 years, he's only been at 2 places.
DeVries spent 6 seasons at Drake, where he compiled a 150-55 record with 2 Missouri Valley Conference championships. This past season, DeVries led Drake to a 28-7 record, his 6th straight season of 20 or more wins.
DeVries has led Drake to the NCAA tournament in 3 of the last 4 years, including an 18-0 start in the 2020 season that also saw Drake win their first NCAA tournament game in 50 years. DeVries looks to continue this success as the 23rd WVU men's basketball coach and join these coaching legends.
DeVries' coaching ability has earned him multiple honors that include 2 Missouri Valley Conference Coach of the Year awards. DeVries will not be the only member of his family on the court for West Virginia next year, though. His son and back-to-back Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year, Tucker DeVries, will follow his dad to play guard for the Mountaineers next year.
The incredible tradition and passionate fan base is what makes this place so special. You are what makes this place so special.
Coming off one of the worst seasons in WVU history, DeVries says he's looking to turn the program around.
Just your last home game, lay it out there tonight.
Although DeVries has no previous connection to West Virginia, he does know what coaching against a Mountaineer team looks like. Before DeVries' time at Drake, he was an assistant coach at Creighton University, and although WVU left the Big East Conference before Creighton joined, DeVries coached against the Mountaineers in a 2005 NCAA tournament game. The Mountaineers won that matchup 63-61.
Thanks, Patrick. As DeVries begins his first season with the Mountaineers, another WVU head coach enters his 5th year. And in just those 5 years, he has taken his program to new heights.
That's right, Jonathan. WVU men's soccer head coach Dan Stratford and his team are coming off their best season in program history. They set a new program win record at 17 and advanced to the College Cup for the first time in the 63 years of the program.
Joining us live in the studio to tell us about the strategy behind Stratford's success is Ethan Moore with his segment, Coach's Corner. Ethan?
Thanks, Jonathan. Rachel. The WVU men's soccer team has had 81 international student athletes since the program started in 1961. Last season, over half the team's roster consisted of players who were from outside of the United States. I caught up with Coach Stratford and one of those international athletes to see how the team uses this unique characteristic to their advantage. WVU men's soccer head coach Dan Stratford played for WVU from 2004 to 2007. He grew up in the UK and says his experience here is proof to his recruits that international players can accomplish great things at WVU.
I'm living testament that you can have an incredible experience here and that you'll be a Mountaineer for the rest of your life.
Frederick Jorgensen is from Denmark and says when he was considering WVU, Stratford helped him overcome his concerns.
Big reason was he played the song Country Roads, and he showed me a video of the whole team staying together after a game and singing Country Roads, and that connection of feeling like a family. It was a big part for me.
Getting players to go far from home to play soccer is a challenge, but that's just the beginning of the road. In the 2023 season, Stratford's team consisted of 15 international players from 11 different countries, including Cyprus, Finland, and Japan. Language barriers, different cultures, and a variety of styles of play are all obstacles that the team faces.
We're all brought up playing it slightly different to one another. Culturally, there's differences. If you recruit a player from Japan versus a player from Cyprus, for example.
Stratford says the excellent facilities at WVU and the constant support of the fans are what set the university apart from the opportunities his international players would have if they stayed at home.
We're a bit of a sleeping giant here as far as what we have with resources and facilities.
Stratford and his staff continue to recruit in countries like England and Spain to bring in players who can provide a unique spark to the team next fall. The international flavor of Stratford's team doesn't end on the bench. Along with Stratford himself, associate head coach Andy Wright also hails from England. Wright played with Stratford at WVU from 2004 to 2007 and earned All-American honors during that time.
Thanks, Ethan. Rugby is one of the fastest growing sports in America. Last year, participation in youth rugby programs grew by 27%, according to USA Rugby.
With this growth comes the creation of club, high school, and college teams on both the men's and women's sides. There are now 46 total collegiate teams in Division 1A rugby, the highest level of competition. But here at WVU, both of our rugby teams compete at the club level.
Still, Jonathan, it can be hard to find someone qualified to coach in the sport. But as Brian Volman reports, a long search is over for the WVU Women's Club rugby team.
The WVU women's rugby team has been without a coach for over 3 seasons. Last summer, the team's vice president, Kate McGovern, made it a goal to find a coach in the off-season.
So I made an Instagram post and sent it to our Allegheny Rugby Union and asked them to post it. A few days later, he DM'd us on Instagram and said, hey, I'm the coach at Wheeling. We practice every day, but if your schedule doesn't conflict with ours, I'd love to come down and help you. And within a week, he was down here helping us.
The man who responded was Wheeling Rugby's head coach, Mike Geibel, who previously had women's coaching experience at Eckerd College in St. Petersburg, Florida.
It's one of those things I want to help women's sports and women's rugby grow. So I had some time to volunteer, so I decided to come over and help out.
Geibel has led Wheeling to 4 National Collegiate Rugby tournaments, as well as winning the inaugural NCR Rhino Rugby Bowl Championship. In his time at Eckerd, he coached the women's team to 4 straight appearances at the USA Rugby Championships.
Geibel reflected back to when he first met the team in August.
I really saw that they had a lot of spirit. They really wanted to learn rugby. A lot of the freshmen that came in hadn't played rugby before, so they were eager to learn. And they had a lot of players out. I think they had 25 or 27 players the first practice I came to, which is great numbers to have.
With Coach Geibel, the team has been more organized at practice and learned new drills and plays to use in games. The newly learned skills carried over to the field, where they went 3-0 in their first tournament this season, holding all opponents to 0 points. For Mountaineer Playbook, I'm Brian Volman.
The West Virginia women's rugby team was founded in 2000 and competes in the Allegheny Rugby Union, along with programs like Kent State, Youngstown, and Pitt.
West Virginia women's soccer is coming off a down season, missing the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2000.
But sophomore Taylor White was perhaps the breakout star of the season. White led the team in overall offense and minutes played.
Our own Mark Ratchford had a chance to talk to White about her growth this past season and has this report.
West Virginia women's soccer is coming off of a season where they finished 7-8-4 with an appearance in the first round of the Big 12 tournament. A standout from this past season is forward Taylor White, who started every game as a sophomore after only being a death piece as a freshman. White says confidence has been key to becoming a better player.
I definitely say my confidence has gotten a little bit higher. I know adjusting to college is a little different, but I think this past season helped me a lot.
White led the team in several statistical categories this past season. 9 times. That's how many times Taylor White found the back of the net this past season, which led the team. She also led the team with 20 total points. Late in the season, West Virginia went on a run where they went unbeaten in 6 of their final 7 regular season contests. At one point during that span, White had a stretch where she scored a goal in 4 out of 6 matches. Assistant coach Lisa Stoya has been impressed with their development up to this point.
You know, she's pretty hard on herself. It's one thing. I think you'll find success in players that are really self-evaluate themselves every day.
Try to get to half in 8 seconds or better.
White comes from a family of athletes, as she had parents who played college sports, as well as 2 siblings who have played college soccer, one at Shepherd and another at Marshall. For Mountaineer Playbook, I'm Mark Ratchford.
2023 was the first time in program history the Mountaineers finished with a losing record. But spring play is already underway, Rachel, and they'll be looking to turn that record around.
Baseball season is in full swing, and 4 former Mountaineers have found themselves on opening day rosters, meaning we should see them take the field at some point this season.
That list includes Dodgers pitcher Michael Grove, Orioles pitcher John Means, Blue Jays pitcher Alek Manoah, and Cardinals center fielder Victor Scott II.
Scott made his MLB debut for St. Louis after turning heads in spring training and has already hit a milestone, grabbing his first stolen base in the majors.
Both Means and Manoah have found themselves on the 15-day injured list at the start of the season. Means has been given a rehab assignment in the minors where he's expected to make multiple starts before returning to the Orioles rotation.
Coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, a program at WVU is helping women grow confidence in the gym while improving their health.
We'll have that story and more after the break.
After the break on Mountaineer Playbook, I'll introduce you to the Get Moving Day of Play. I'm Ty Holmes.
Mountaineers know. Let's go! Really means let's try. Let's create. Let's explore. And let's do it all together.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Playbook. During the 2021-22 school year, 44% of college students reported symptoms of depression.
According to Harvard Health, one of the best ways to naturally treat those symptoms is through exercise. I dug deeper into the positive impact physical activity can have.
Tyler Cummings, a WVU student, works out at the WVU Rec Center 4 days a week.
It can help in a lot of ways that you wouldn't think at first. So not only does it help health, but I think it also helps with a lot of stress, with a lot of schoolwork. I think it helps with, say, the daily routine of going to work in general.
Ashley Coker-Cranny is a professor at WVU and a certified mental performance counselor. She's seen how negative it can be if a person doesn't exercise.
What surprises me about exercise is that we actually know that being sedentary is more detrimental to your health than things like smoking and all of this other kind of stuff. So I think we've kind of got these common sense notions about basic lifestyle behaviors and their effect on mental health.
Studies have shown that an activity as simple as a brisk walk 3 days a week can improve your mental and physical health. But Coker-Cranny has suggested multiple different exercises to her clients.
I tend to recommend really sort of low rhythmic movement, whether that is kind of swimming at a comfortable pace, walking at a comfortable pace, biking at a comfortable pace. What that does is it creates what's called bilateral stimulation.
Bilateral stimulation is where both parts of the brain are working at the same time, and it is shown to increase emotional regulation and reduce anxiety.
Woo! Multiple sources, including the CDC and NIH, state that exercise can help reduce symptoms of anxiety, depression, and other mental health disorders.
Cummings says he'll continue to prioritize his time in the gym because he can see how it's impacting his life in other areas.
The more and more I learn in college about how they're really interconnected, I start to learn the facts of health and how much it is connected to how you think, how you feel.
Whether it's alone or with his friends, Cummings says activities like basketball have improved his overall health.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends adults get 30 minutes of exercise 5 days a week to support both our physical and mental health. But a national survey found the gym is an uncomfortable place for women.
More than 76% of women said they've been uncomfortable exercising in public spaces. And according to Women's Running, 79% said that they've been shouted at while on a run.
WVU has taken matters into its own hands to create a safe space for women who want to exercise. Max Murphy has the story.
Every Monday since early February this semester, women have come to the WVU Rec for a program dedicated to them called Ladies Lift.
I think having people that can educate you on things that you may have already known but forgotten about, or that you just need reiterated into your brain.
This 10-week program gives participants one-on-one 24/7 access to a personal trainer, exercise tips, and nutrition facts.
In a review of more than 30 clinical trials, researchers found weight training like this 2 or more times a week can help reduce the symptoms of depression.
A study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found 1 in 5 women participate in strength training exercises. But Felicia Carrera says it can provide a support base and a jump start to a workout routine that's affordable for residents.
I think anywhere that girls exist, it's important for us to learn that the gym is good for us, especially with women's health as we get older and how that's kind of different from how men age. I think it's super important to learn when you're young, start doing when you're young, and then kind of for every community it's important to have their women being able to move around and do everything that they want to do as they get older.
Studies show strength training can reduce cardiovascular disease by 30%. For Mountaineer Playbook, I'm Max Murphy.
Along with Ladies Lift, the WVU Rec Center offers more than 30 group fitness classes. From cycling to early morning yoga, visit the link at the bottom of your screen to find a class that's best for you.
Studies show building exercise habits while you are young means you're more likely to maintain those habits into adulthood, leading to a decreased risk of diseases like heart disease and cancer.
A program founded by one of WVU's own is working to grow those habits in young children right here in West Virginia. Ty Holmes joins us in the studio with the story. Ty.
Rachel, Jonathan, the Get Moving Foundation is a nonprofit that hosts events to encourage physical activity for children in West Virginia. Established in 2014, Get Moving's mission is to put an end to childhood obesity here in the Mountain State. So, this month, they invited Morgantown families to get a workout in with their favorite WVU athletes. This was the 10th year Get Moving West Virginia hosted its Day of Play in Morgantown. This is the second year WVU quarterback Nico Marchiol has volunteered at the event.
It takes one camp like this, one player, one of my teammates to just make an impact on a kid, and then maybe they're the next great that's coming to play at West Virginia.
More than 200 kids from ages 4 to 12 ran ladders, threw footballs into nets, and tackled pylons, while interacting with their favorite collegiate athletes. West Virginia is ranked #1 in childhood obesity. Organizers are hoping the program has a long-term effect on these kids, getting them outside and moving well into the future.
All smiles, a lot of sweaty, so they're enjoying themselves and having fun today.
WVU's Dr. Elizabeth Opp started the program that she says has been a dream of hers for years.
All this is happening because I just had an idea and I moved that idea forward. What better accomplishment can you have in life? It's not really about the money.
Opp says this year's event had the most participants of any day of play so far. 30 athletes from various WVU athletic programs participated in the event, running workout stations that resemble drills these athletes practice during the season. Visit the link at the bottom of your screen to donate to the Get Moving Foundation or find out more about their next event.
Thanks, Ty. Coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, we take a look at a Pennsylvania town up for a national award, recognizing the unique adventure opportunities it offers to the surrounding area.
And we meet students who are getting real-world experience covering some of the biggest competitions in collegiate sports right here at WVU.
Those stories and more after the break. Stay with us. U92 is live 24/7 in Morgantown and around the world. I'm Rachel Leiber, and after the break on Mountaineer Playbook, I'll tell you how students are getting hands-on experience in sports radio.
Mom, I got in.
Quiet and ready in control room. 3, 2, 1. Fade in bumper.
WVU News is local, in-depth, and always on the move for you. And it's always on YouTube, on the web, and on the Reed College of Media website. A national first-place Emmy Award-winning college newscast, taped at the Waterfront Studio at West Virginia University. Stay in the know, stay connected, watch WVU News.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Playbook. The Appalachian Mountains boast some of the best hiking, camping, and whitewater rafting in the country.
And one Pennsylvania town is being recognized for all of it. Alex Lebo joins us from Studio B at the Media Innovation Center with more in his segment, Finding Adventure. Alex.
Rachel, Jonathan, Ohiopyle is Pennsylvania's largest state park, and in its center is a town of the same name. Here, adventure seekers can whitewater raft, hike, and take in some of the gorgeous sights. Adventure reporter Adam Cooley went up north to check out this town in the running for USA Today's top 10 best small towns in the Northeast.
Ohiopyle State Park opened in 1965, but wasn't officially dedicated until 1971. Now the park reports over 1 million visitors per year. The most visited site in the state park is Ohiopyle Falls. It is the most accessible place in the park that highlights the natural beauty of a 20-foot waterfall that spans the width of the Youghiogheny River.
Ohiopyle is definitely one of the unique places in the world. I think it's the only state park, at least according to my research, it's the only state park in the world that has a town right in the middle of it. So that's what's unique about the town of Ohiopyle.
The state park offers 79 miles of hikeable trails that offer scenic views of waterfalls, the Youghiogheny River, and a high level of biodiversity.
People love coming here because it's in the middle of a state park. So they can come and see some beautiful waterfalls, they can do whitewater boating, they can ride their bikes, they can do some hiking.
Another unique feature of the state park is the natural water slides.
I'm here at the natural water slides at Ohiopyle State Park. This is formed by a tributary named Meadow Run. Meadow Run runs through here all the way to the first rapid called Entrance Rapid on the lower Youghiogheny River.
One of Ohiopyle's biggest attractions is the whitewater boating.
The main thing about the lower Youghiogheny is the convenience of the put-ins and the takeouts and the accessibility to the river.
The town of Ohiopyle is home to less than 50 people, making it unique on the list of the top 10 small towns in the Northeast. For Mountaineer Playbook, I'm Adam Cooley.
The name Ohiopyle comes from a Native American word that means white, frothy water. With a name like that, it's no wonder the town is known for its whitewater rafting. An estimated 100,000 people make the trek to Ohiopyle each year to take in its rapids. Rachel, back to you at the Waterfront Studio.
Thanks, Alex. The WVU women's basketball team suffered a close loss in the NCAA tournament's second round, losing by 10 to Caitlin Clark and her #1 ranked Iowa Hawkeyes. But for students pursuing a career in sports media, the game was a chance to get hands-on experience, covering one of the biggest matchups in college basketball this season. I talked to one of those students about what their work in college media means as they start their professional careers.
It's 8 o'clock on a Monday in Morgantown, West Virginia. That only means one thing.
Founded in 1982, U92 The Moose is WVU's student-run radio station. The station broadcasts live coverage of WVU sporting events, giving students real-world experience to prepare them for their future careers.
I think the real-world experience of student media is pretty
different than what you get in the classroom. You get the skills in the classroom, but you never really get to apply them.
U92 The Moose has produced successful broadcasters, play-by-play commentators, and podcast hosts. And for students, it all starts on the corner of Prospect and Price Street on WVU's downtown campus.
Students broadcast live in studios like this, providing coverage of WVU athletics. They also have the opportunity to travel to away stadiums and arenas to broadcast live coverage to Morgantown and around the world.
Most recently, students had the opportunity to travel to the Women's March Madness tournament in Iowa City, Iowa. Traveling to away events gives students the opportunity to connect with other professionals in different cities and with opposing teams.
Them being able to be there and soak in that atmosphere, because again, like I said, that's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and if they go anywhere in the field, they can compare that to with what they've done in the past.
In addition to sports content, U92 also broadcasts music and news on a 24-hour cycle, giving its staff of students an abundance of opportunities to pursue their passion.
I think that it's...
Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Mountaineer Playbook, a sports magazine show where we dive into inspiring stories of coaches, players, and passionate fans who make the sports world truly remarkable. I'm Jonathan Hamilton.
And I'm Rachel Liebert. Make sure to like and follow us at Facebook at Mountaineer Playbook. Thank you for watching, and don't miss the chance to celebrate the heart and soul of the game with us next time on Mountaineer Playbook.